Today I'm going to teach you about the white van scam. I want to teach you about this because I was almost the victim of one. A white van scam is where someone has a truck or an SUV loaded with equipment. Usually it's surround sound and stereo systems, but it can be basically any kind of technology. And they pull up to unsuspecting victims and say, hey, do you want to buy this? It's normally a $1,000 thing, but I've got extras and I got to get rid of them, so I'll sell it to you for $500. Or, hey, my boss just called and we need to liquidate this shipment. It's not going to go through, so I just got to get rid of these. How about you give me $400 for this speaker set that I only paid like $100 for? Overall, every product they buy is really cheap knockoffs in China that are worth almost nothing, and they try to sell for hundreds or thousands of dollars. So I'm going to Publix for the 17th time this week because it's the greatest grocery store in the continental United States. When a guy pulls up in a big van blocking my path to the entrance and leans over to his passenger and says, hey, this guy seems really cool, why don't we ask him? And he leans his head out the window and says, do you want a surround sound speaker system? Now, this is the first place that I fucked up. Now, as you all know, I'm one of the smartest human beings to ever live, and I never ever make mistakes. I make mistakes sometimes on purposes in my streams and videos, so that way you guys can have something to laugh at, and also you can think that I'm relatable and make mistakes just like everyone else. But this is where I made my first, I guess you could count this as a mistake if you're keeping track, what are you, a nerd? I didn't immediately say no. I've been in these situations before. This is not the first time this has happened to me, not in the long shot. And every time before this, I've always given a firm no thanks, I'm good. Nah, man, I'm cool. No, thank you. I'm actually very good at saying no. If people are trying to sell me things on the street or trying to upsell me, I am actually very, very good at just giving a hard firm no, I'm good and not backing down. But then I get to thinking, and for some reason, I make all these economical connections, and I fire up these neurons, and I don't know what fever dream I'm living in, or if it was 1,000 degrees outside in the musky Florida summer. Maybe perhaps I had gotten into a car accident on the way to the grocery store, and I was living out this coma. Because for some reason, I thought this was free. I thought that he was giving away stereo systems for free. I rationalized in my head, okay, maybe he's doing like a Best Buy delivery, and they gave him 2, or maybe he got one, and he has an extra and he just doesn't want it. Something. There was some fucking thing that happened in my landscape of imagination that went, this is a free sound stereo system. And yet I still didn't want it because I don't want it. I don't want that. I do not want that thing. Out of all the things in my life I don't need a giant sound system in my apartment. I'm good. But then I connect even more dots in my magical pixie fairyland where everything works out perfectly and no one's trying to take advantage of me. And I go, well, my friends and I did just happen to purchase a warehouse for making amazing, incredible content, such as playing the national anthem on guitar. How about I take this free sound system, which at this moment I think is free, and I hook it up in the warehouse, and we'll just have it, and we can upgrade it for a better one later. It's probably a cheap piece of shit if it's free, but why not? Fuck it. I believe in this moment in time, this guy bought like a $40 or $50 sound bar. They gave him 2, and out of the kindness of his heart, he goes, hey, let's just give it away. Fuck it. We're not going to do anything with it. Boy, was I wrong. So the guy pulls into a parking spot not from my car, and he opens the back of his van. And there are about 30 of these speaker systems in there. And that's when the first big red flag hits my brain and goes, maybe he didn't just get an extra one. Maybe something's off. Now he's trying to fast talk me and smooth sweet sell me on it. He's going, yeah, man, these are normally worth $1,500. And I've been giving them at like, $1,000, but I'm running out of time. And my manager's saying I've just got to get back to get more. So I'll let it go for about $500. And now I'm going, okay, all right, no, hang on. No. I'm not saying this. I'm a big fucking pussy and too much of a social coward, but I'm thinking this. I'm going, no. This is not worth that. No. I don't think these are necessarily like totally broken. These look like factory sealed, actually working speakers, but there's no way that these things are worth $500. So now my brain starts turning and I go, all right, I could buy it for the warehouse and just have it. And it's fine. I'm already here, but you know, this thing, I'm not gonna pay a lot for this. That it doesn't make a lot of sense to pay. I'm not paying $500 fucking for this. It's not worth it. I'll pay something for it, whatever. You got me, salesman. You used your salesman's smooth, slick talk to shut down my self-esteem, you sack of shit. Fuck it. Whatever. No big loss. So my brain goes $200. $200. That is the amount of money where if I plug this thing in and it lights on fire and burns down the building, I would be okay going, well, I only spent $200 on it, whatever. It's fine. I save my money, and a lot of you are very gracious and generous with your stream donations and other things. I can pile up a little bit here to divvy it out to a dumb wasted purchase. $200 is okay. So I go, I don't know, man. I don't think I could part with more than a couple hundred. And the guy gets a little whatever, and he talks to his dude in the passenger seat, and he goes, I don't know, man, what do you think? This guy, he's kind of cool. Now is when things are getting really, really dicey. No one calls me cool more than once per sentence, and not until after they've gotten what they want out of me. So his friend is just texting on his phone. He doesn't even give a shit. He's not even participating in the scam. Maybe he had a conscience. I don't know. But the guy goes, I don't know, man. What do you think that you could, like, do this for? Just something, you know, I got to split it with my buddy here. Something you would think is fair. And I go, I don't know, man. I really couldn't get rid of it. I really couldn't take it for less than a couple hundred. So the guy leans his head into the van again, and he goes, what do you think, man? This guy's pretty cool. Should we sell it to him? And his friend goes, yep. And then the guy selling the speaker goes, all right, man, we can do it for a couple hundred. And I go, cool, man. All right, whatever. So we pull out a fucking bass subwoofer and a stereo speaker, and we walk to my car and put it in my trunk. And then he goes, they're like, you got the money or whatever? And I go, oh, we can go to the ATM right here at Publix. So we start walking towards Publix. And as we're walking to Publix, I'm really going, you know, why did I buy this? Whatever. Again, if I was paying more than $200, I would have felt like a complete actual dumbass and been like, oh God, I fucked up. But I am in a very gracious enough position that I can waste money on stupid things every so often. And I go, okay, yeah, fine. Let's just finish it. Let's just do the transaction. It's not a big deal. Maybe it'll work. Maybe it'll be fine. So as we're walking to the ATM, the guy goes, so what's your name, man? And I'm a very handsome, charismatic man, so I don't mind giving my name out to random strangers who will probably knife shank me in the dumpster alley. So I say, well, my name's Andrew. And the guy goes, oh, dude, really? No way. What a coincidence. My name's Andrew. And now the seizure of lights, the fireworks of red flags, the goddamn neon sign in my brain is going, bullshit. Uh-huh. Yeah, okay, buddy. Sure. Really? What a fucking coincidence. It's like you and I were swapped at birth. Do you have a matching birthmark tattoo that says Andrew on your left thigh as well? Raise them pants, boy. So I'm at the point where I just want this whole moment to be done. I've already accepted I'm probably losing the money, and if I do get speakers that are fine out of it, okay, great, whatever. At least I got a fun story out of this. So we get to the ATM, and I'm about to pull my card out, and literally, like a fucking movie, like a goddamn Cape Crusader, like Superman flying in and Sonic booming the land and killing 30 people behind him, a man in a polo shirt with nice spectacles that were very slightly crooked on his face stops in the doorway of Publix, the ATM's right next to it, and goes, hey, if I were you, man, I'd look up white van scam on YouTube before you do any of this. And I go, I'm sorry, white van scam? He said, yeah, it's about guys selling cheap garbage out of their truck and trying to get money out of people who don't know better. And now the guy next to the ATM who's waiting for me to pull up my money, he goes, white van scam? I don't know, man. I've never heard of such a thing. Oh dear. Whoa. You want the speaker? Obviously, I'm exaggerating for comedic effect, but as soon as this handsome, dashing gentleman, this what seems to be loving father of however many kids he has, I guarantee you they all love him, immediately says white van scam, my brain immediately goes, yep, this is a scam. As soon as this hero of justice parks his ass in the doorway and mentions this, I immediately go, yep, I'm being scammed. That's it. Nuclear fucking meltdown. We're done here. So immediately I check my phone, just to double check. And yep, there's Reddit posts about white van scam. There's YouTube videos while the salesman is going, oh, I don't know, man. I don't know what he's talking about. And the guy in the doorway and him are bantering a bit back and forth. So now that I'm 100% guaranteed on it, it's a scam, I look at the guy and I go, you know what, man, I've been thinking about it and I don't think I can spend this cash right now. I'm sorry. And the guy goes, you sure, man? And I go, yeah, I don't think I can. And I immediately, to just stop this entire situation, start beelining it to my car so I can give him his stuff back. Now, on the way back is when the gears in my brain start turning again, because you all know the lovable me. I'm a sarcastic shitface. And I go, now that I know it's a scam and I've stopped being a dumb motherfucker, the more time he's dealing with me, the less time he's scamming someone else. So this beeline to my car turns to a steady crawl, turns to a leisurely stroll. My footsteps are cut by a third. And as we're walking back, I start bantering with him again. I go, don't worry, man. I'm sure that there's a bunch of people here who will want to buy one. And he's saying nothing. And I pop my trunk and I pull out his stuff and he pulls out the other part of it. And I go, yeah, man, I hope you've been having a lot of good sales today. I'm sure there's people here who are going to want high quality speakers. I mean, you said they were $1,500? And again, as we're going back to his van, nothing. No more talking. After that death knell of, oh, you sure, man? The conversation was over, but I just keep going. He puts the sound bar back in the van. I hand him back the subwoofer and I say, I hope you don't get in trouble with your boss, man. Good luck to you. He again says absolutely nothing and closes the van door and gets back in it. And I go into Publix. Now, I'm inside of Publix. I'm looking around. I'm seeing the deli, the bakery, the incredible selection. And I go, finally home. But I look over to the customer service section and I lock eyes with a very handsome man. A knight in shining armor, if you will. A man riding in on a Pegasus, declaring a brand new era of peace for the kingdom. It's the guy who saved my money. And I lock eyes with him. And I walk over to him. My sunglasses are up now, so he's seen my true visage. He's been given that privilege. And I say, excuse me, are you the man who saved me out there in the parking lot? And he goes, yeah, man, I just wanted to make sure that you knew what you were getting into. And I immediately said, look, man, I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. I thought that they were free. And then, I figured, okay, I'd pay a little bit for it. I wouldn't really be upset over it, so I got involved in it. But when you said something, I immediately came back to my senses and went that this is a scam and I need to get out of there. And the guy went on this whole harrowing tale. He was going, yeah, man, I was talking with them for 45 minutes and they tried to do it to me earlier and they've been doing it to people all day. They didn't get any money out of me, but I've been seeing shit happening like this. It's all over the internet. If you want to learn more, there's white van scam videos and this and that. And I thanked the guy profusely, but then he went one step above and beyond. And I hope that next time I go to Publix, knowing me, probably in the next 2 hours, there is a bronze statue of this man erected outside because he was at the customer service desk to get the Publix manager to get them kicked out of their parking lot. So Godspeed to you, you American fucking hero. And if he's not American, I hope he applies for citizenship. He deserves it. So I'm telling you this story so that you aren't ever embarrassed like me. I hope that you are aware of this, and if anyone ever tries to sell you things on the street, for the most part, just say no. Get the fuck out of there. Treat them like drugs. Just say no. Sing a Scruff McGruff song if you have to. But the more people are made aware of these scams and the more people that we spread this to, the more people will be aware of how to avoid them and how to get the fuck out of there, and hopefully they'll be shut down. Pretty shitty, but at least I didn't lose my money, and at least there are kind-hearted, amazing human beings out there like Polo Shirt with Crooked Glasses, man. And hey, at least I got the last laugh, because now with this video, I get to make some money off of like ad revenue and stuff, and that guy made $0 of my dollars. So thank you for helping me enact petty revenge and bolstering what fragile ego I may have left. And remember, the next time anyone approaches you asking to sell you something, make sure they're wearing an employee uniform. Otherwise, tell them to go fuck themselves.